can achieve no less than 500% growth in the course of this year. And we started by helping entrepreneurs to first and foremost understand how to design their systems to enable 5X. Now we're talking more about how their salespeople can achieve 5X. All right, many people have asked me, you've been talking about 5X. What's this 5X thing about? That's what it is about. There are many components to 5X. You don't just achieve 5X. 5X is 500% growth. If you're going to achieve 500% growth as an executive from a strategic standpoint, you must first and foremost create the frameworks. We learned a lot about that at the Africa Revenue Summit, which were mostly attended by executive CEOs, leaders of revenue, and the likes. And then we started the vanguards to help their salespeople, or salespeople as it were, to achieve 5X their sales results. All right. If you do not have those enablements, it's more difficult. And I'll be sharing that very shortly. All right. For those who do not already know me, my name is Bunmi Jembola. This is a prelude to the Sales Leadership Conference. As you can see here, these sessions have been a prelude to the Sales Leadership Conference. We are hosting it to tell you more about how you can scale sales, all right, at Sales Leadership Conference. So if you say that it's a free learning resource, you are not wrong. You are correct. It is. And it is valuable to open your eyes to what you may be missing. It's valuable to open your eyes to plug a few things. If you call it a sales event to help you understand and make a decision on Sales Leadership Conference, you are correct. Because you know that level of value will be an increased value, will be a transformation for your company and for your sales team. That's the reason we're holding it. All right. So it's both to offer you free value, one, two, to help you make a decision on something that can be catalytic to solving your problems this year, particularly your sales problem. Right. And my name is Bunmi Jembola. For those who do not know, I have the privilege to train over 1,000 organizations, over 20,000 business leaders and salespeople across 30 industries. And I've run Sales Ruby and now Nano Skill Technologies for about a decade. All right. I am a regular invitee to revenue conferences, management retreats of organizations, and learning events, right? I'm an author of the Ignition a Validated Path to Startup Success, and I'm about launching a second book. If you want to buy that one, I need you to keep your tabs on. It's been 10 years since I launched the Ignition, and it's been interesting because of late, from nowhere, I thought that I was done selling the book. From nowhere, many requests, I don't know where they got them, many requests started coming. And the Ignition is in the reprint again. The Ignition is in the reprint again. After 10 years, it's going to be 10th anniversary reprints. And the second book is about to be launched. Watch out for that, ladies and gentlemen. And enough about myself. I'm going to be joined by two fantastic people who are leaders in this space. One of them is a leader par excellence, one that many people, even in the sales space, look up to. Many people. He's been a leader in sales that has trained, thousands of leaders across pharmaceutical, across FMCG retail, and the likes. And he has been the builder of one of the most, domesticated brands in Nigeria, and one of the brands that has stayed with us. If you are either, in your 50s or you are in your 40s, as a millennial, maybe not likely Gen Z, you would have known one of his brands. All right. Growing up, Milo was the thing. All right. He has been one of the cornerstones of building the Milo brand, and now the Nestle water brand. And is reputed as a leader in that space, having produced many six director through him. Another person who is joining me is a fantastic gentleman who is an incredible, salesman himself, if I can say that myself. Is at the front lines and is doing exceptionally well. All right, even on his job. I mean, I only invite people to speak in my sales conferences who have results, not people who have read books. All right. Stephen Ashisana. Stephen Ashisana is head of sales at IT Horizons, and I'm privileged to also be a mentor to him over the last couple of years. He's a fantastic person in terms of sales and revenue leadership. So I'll be joined by these two gentlemen. Mr. Tale Olatunji is a distinguished fellow of the African Sales Academy. And Mr. Stephen Ashisana is, another distinguished fellow. All right, maybe not your fellow, but another distinguished sales, expert. All right, head of sales at IT Horizons with proven results. All right, the two of them are going to be joining me. For me, I have trained all of these organizations and a lot more. And I bet whatever you have, one of these organizations will look like yours. All right, Flour Mills of Nigeria, Ayat Kimia, Coca-Cola, Fintrack, Godrej, Perfective Amnel, Seamless HR. I mean, train all right. So enough ado about ourselves. Let's tell you about what we have for you this morning. If you have not shared this link, I am not happy with you. If you have not shared it, if this kind of people are going to come here and come and give us stuff for free, do them some good now. If you have shared it, and I know you're not lying, if you have shared it in the comment box, say I have. Say I have if you have shared it. All right. If you have shared it, if you have not shared it, share it. Share it across media. Let people know. Thank you. Victor says I have. Of course, Debbie is our host. She says I have. Oluwatoyin Aminu says I have. Thank you. Cherry says I have. Thank you. Ibrahim says I have. Damilola says I have. Thank you. All right. Share the link with them. Let them keep sharing it. All right. I promise you, it's going to be just about 40 minutes. Trust me, like 45 minutes. But those 45 minutes will be 45 minutes of very, very high value. 45 minutes of very high value. I'm stopping on the dot of 11. All right. Please share the link with them. Team, share the link with them. The link so that they can share. Share the link with them. So that Ridwan says I have. Esther says I have. Thank you. Ridwan says I have. Godwin says I have. Damilola says I am. Ibrahim says I have. Thank you. Team, can you share the link? The Zoom link, so that people who want to do it so can do so. All right? Can you share the link? Let the link be shared so that whoever wants to share it can share it. All right? So that we can have, a very good number. I mean, we are just 81. That's not our typical number. The typical number is 150, 180, all right, 200. All right. That's the kind of number I like to see. Team, can you share the link? I have not seen the link shared on the comment section. Share the link on the comment section here. Share the link on the comment section here. All right. So 5 things that you need. 5 that you need. 5 that you need. If you don't have all these 5 things, you are going to be running a very demanding race. Be you in FMCG. Thank you, Stanley Eze says I have. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Victor says I have. Thank you. Nafisat says I have. Thank you. Whether you are in FMCG, if you don't have those 5 things, your business will struggle. Your sales team will struggle. And this is more for you if you are a leader here. Oluwatoyin Dada says I have. Thank you very much. God bless you, madam. Thank you, ma'am. All right. If you are in technology, your salespeople will not have any results. If you are in luxury, selling real estate, your salespeople will be very frustrated. Access Best says I have. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you. On all my status, thank you. On all, also on my status, thank you. Thank you. If you are here and you are in financial services, you don't have these 5 things, you will struggle. Listen, right now, I don't know what has changed in this world in the last 1 year more than selling. There is nothing else you can tell me, not even your teenage daughter who is in puberty, who grows really, really fast, has changed in the last 1 year as much as selling has changed. The unfortunate thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that many leaders do not recognize this change. Until it hits them like a thunderbolt, they will not recognize this change. Many leaders are not even aware that how organization generates revenue in the last 1 year has transformed, it has scattered. Now, I am in sales, revenue, growth, leadership, consulting for organization, and I can tell you that I am not able to keep up. And I am arguably, with all sense of modesty, if there is anyone that consumes a lot of content on sales and revenue growth, I would say that I would be in the top 1% of the 1%, not in Nigeria, not in Africa, globally. But I am not able to keep up. It is too much changes. And that's why I need you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on this call today, that a lot is changing and many are not recognizing it. Yesterday, 2 days ago, Facebook announced the sacking of 10,000 people out of a total workforce, global workforce of 80,000. And they discontinued almost about 6,000 or 8,000 hiring. 90% of those roles are in customer service, customer success management, sales, product management. 90% of them, in total, 10,000. One of the fastest growing companies is a technology company called, I've forgotten their name. And they are also one of the ones that are sacking the most. So if you're in sales and you are not quickly changing, I can tell you that your job is at stake. If you are a leader and you are not quickly evolving, I can tell you that you are likely going to be creating a hole in your organization by not smartly reducing costs, by carrying excess cost of sales that many other organizations are now reducing. I needed to give you that foundation. All right. I'm not going to say much, but I need you to understand certain things so that you are not doing business as usual. All right. So, what are the 5 things that I think I wanted to give you that background so that you know the reason why you need to make the changes that are required in your business today. Ladies and gentlemen, The number one thing that you need today for you to win and achieve 5x is for your sales team to have mental resilience and internal alignment. Like I said, so much change is going on. And in the face of that change, one of the things that will happen is that your people will be frustrated in trying to keep up with the change, especially if you are implementing some of the technology tools that you will see. They will need to build mental resilience. It is far harder today than to close a customer. You will think that the fact that AI has become available and everybody is using it will make it easier to close sales. Unfortunately, it's making it harder to close sales. It's making it harder to close sales because when people interact with content, they don't know the content that is generated by AI or the ones that are generated by human beings. So you don't know whether it is Bunmi Jembola sending, stuff to you or whether you are just chatting with AI. And once people know that it is AI they're chatting with, they will probably not take it as seriously. Of course, some of those things are also changing because if AI can solve my problem, well, who cares? All right. So, number one thing your sales team needs is they need internal alignment and mental resilience. A lot is changing right now. The job is becoming far more difficult. Any sales team that does not have mental resilience, they are going to fail. Any salesperson that does not have mental resilience is going to fail. And this is where the skills of emotional intelligence become very valuable, especially at the level of sales managers. It's one of the reasons I'm asking you to come to Sales Leadership Conference. Mental resilience and internal alignment. Your sales manager needs to know how to help your team cultivate mental resilience and internal alignment. If that is lacking, the team will struggle. They will underperform below their natural capacity. And please take this very seriously. It's easy to crunch the numbers every day and lose yourself. And before you know it, you have a time bomb. So any sales manager lacking that self-awareness, lacking that emotional intelligence to help salespeople stay upbeat and motivated in the face of tremendous changes, in the face of poor customer response, no, every day, in the face of challenging economic environment, any sales team that lacks that kind of sales manager is going to grossly underperform. And if you're in sales here yourself, just know that this is your number one goal: self-motivation. Motivation that comes from within. Three things will always matter in sales. But one of the three that matters the most is motivation, internal alignment, resilience, ability to keep going. What's the number one thing, ladies and gentlemen? What's the number one thing that is required by every salesman and every sales team today to be a 4x, 5x performer? Please type in the comment box the number one thing that is required. Don't type what I said. Type the number one thing that is required. Don't type what I wrote. Type the number one thing that is required. Right. Fantastic. Mental resilience and internal alignment. Thank you, Cherry. Mental resilience and internal alignment. That's what is required. Olajide Mushobalaji, thank you. Number one thing required mental resilience and internal alignment. It's important for you to be self-aware to the point where you can help your team to find themselves from within, to find the best version of themselves. If all you keep doing is just keep pushing them, what you will get is their worst. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why at the Sales Leadership Conference, I have a specific track for sales managers. If you're a manager here, you should not miss it. It is how do you keep achieving exceptional performance without burnout? How do you keep your team motivated even in the face of constant rejection? That topic, I'm facilitating it myself. Number two, you need what? Can we say it together, everybody? 1, 2, 3, go.
Need a sales
We need a sales system.
I would like us to say it together. Everybody.
You need a sales system, not just salesmen.
You need a sales system, not just strong sales people. Every time that people talk about improving performance, 100% of their focus is on what? Making their salespeople to become strong salespeople. I want to shock you today that there is no such person as a strong salesperson. There are very few of them who are 100% driven all of the time, self-motivated internally, always making their required number of calls, going above and beyond when it is in season and out of season, ensuring to do what the customer did not even request because they see that it is right. They are around, they exist, don't get me wrong. But they are very few, extremely so. If your company, your business is going to rely on the personal discipline of a salesperson to achieve success, certainly you are very grossly mistaken. You are grossly mistaken. Because an average salesperson does not make the required number of calls. While I pray that you find exceptional salespeople, I can tell you that they are in the 5%. What you will often find are average salespeople. That's what you will often find. You use systems, tools, and processes to make them into exceptional sales performers. They may not be exceptional in themselves, but you make of them exceptional sales performers because those tools condition behavior. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is any organization that is implementing tools in sales right now, it is we. And I'll be sharing many of them with you at the Sales Leadership Conference. You need to implement certain frameworks so that your sales team can work as a team. The behavior in the team can align with the expectations of management. And as such, you will meet the goals that you have set. The problem is that organizations are too focused on finding exceptional salespeople. And I tell you again, they exist, but only in the top 1%. And how lucky would you be looking at the budget that you have as an organization to find that top 1%? Is the organization structured enough for them to even want to stay? So, the challenge, number 2, is that many sales organizations are too focused on strong salespeople, not on the right system. Sales is always a team sport. There's someone who is in the left and right fullback defending the post so that competitors don't score us a home goal. There's the goalkeeper. Then there are the attackers in the field playing to win. Their outcomes will always depend on what is happening at the quarterback. It will always depend on what is happening at the quarterback. So if you're only watching your strikers, your salespeople, and you're not thinking about service, you're not thinking about the other things, then you're losing the game. So build your sales and think of it like a system. So don't just focus on the individuals, right? Ladies and gentlemen, number 3 problem. And by the way, let me tell you some of the things that we're going to be looking at the Sales Leadership Conference in terms of how do you build a scalable sales structure, system, team will be. Don't forget that I've said that for you to produce results, you have to think of your sales as a system. So one of the things that you look at is the 7 pillars of the scalable sales systems. And we'll look at how to build the right sales talent, find the right sales talent. We'll look at how to have an optimized sales process. We'll look at how to onboard your salespeople appropriately. This is for the sales managers. We'll look briefly at how to, understand the right metrics to use to measure your salespeople. We'll look at how to enable your salespeople for performance. We'll look at the right kind of leadership and the technology tools that you will need to create the system that will produce better sales outcome. We'll look at all those 7 if you register for the Sales Leadership Conference. Again, if you have not done so, you're already missing a lot. Number 3, because I want to stay within my time. Number 3, you need a coherent go-to-market strategy. Don't just start by selling. Think about differentiation, product value, market differentiation, product differentiation, value proposition. Think about your entire go-to-market before you are going to market, right? Many sales systems are struggling. Many sales organizations are struggling because all they are doing is just selling, no strategy. All they are doing is just make the calls, go do the visits, no structure. All they are doing is just go to field, no data insight. Once that's all you're doing, you will fail, God forbid. But how do you design the right go-to-market strategy? That would be the bigger question. Number 4, many salespeople are struggling because they lack the right tools and enablement. I think I'll pause here, take a short break, and when we come back, I'll give you the last 2, and I would welcome 2 of our speakers, all right, just in about 10 minutes. Give us 2 minutes, we'll be right back to complete the other 2 points. And when we're done with that, I will interview 2 of our speakers, and we are set for sales, we'll be set for Sales Leadership Conference. Don't go anywhere, keep it locked right here.
There's no time where selling has been this hard. Those who learn how to do it differently will stay ahead of the curve and ultimately they will win.
So seeing that, the behavior of buyers are changing, and how are you changing as a sales professional along with these buyers can really, really help.
Sales is not a one-way direction. As much as you have to talk, you also have to listen actively.
Today we've been able to practicalize different ways of handling different objections of time, need, price, and every other thing.
Review of the entire sales process, how we go about cold calling, understanding the various differences, the life cycles that are around it.
To trying to qualify your customers, to be sure that they are the right fits for your businesses. You should also qualify your businesses and your products to ensure that those customers are also the right fits for your solution.
Firstly, I would like to mention the value, and this is very, very key for every technology sales consultant. This is what you want to go to market with, to engage your customer and to understand your buyer's journey.
All right, welcome back. So, since we started, I have mentioned 3 things that I said are critical, and that's what your sales team needs, or your salespeople need, or you as a salesperson need, if you are to achieve 5x. I would want you to tell me at least 1 or 2 of them in the comment section. Let me be sure that I am still very much connected, or you are still very much connected to me. We're talking about 5 things that every sales, mental resilience, and internal alignment. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Luatoyin Aminu. Thank you so very much. Okay. Luatoyin and coherent go-to-market strategy. Yeah. Don't just push them to the field. Give them the right strategy to win. Give them the right strategy to win. Selling is war. And many people, the place where they lose that war is right in the boardroom. Strategy was wrong. Give them the right strategy, the right strategy to win. All right. You need a sales system, not just strong salespeople. Many sales organizations are failing because they lack that system. All they have is good salespeople, and then they are complaining. No systems built to help them win. And one of the things you will learn at the Sales Leadership Conference is systems that enable you to win. You need strong sales systems, not just strong women. Yeah. Number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Very correct. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4 is you need the right tools and enablement. And I have partially spoken about this. We're going to be talking about lead generation tools at the Sales Leadership Conference. See, this conference is not your regular conference for sales, perspire to Maguire to refire. No, certainly not. This is hardcore, hardcore, hardcore. I'm telling you, even if you have had 20 years of experience selling, you cannot come here and say that you know 50% of what we taught. This is why it will help you deliver 5x results at the end of the conference. That's our goal, to help you achieve 500% growth, right? So we're showing you some of the right tools and AI enablement that you need. Many people do not know that organizations are beginning to generate revenue with minimal human input. So it's possible today for you to grow your organization. Someone told me about how they grew an organization $1 million, and they themselves, being the founder, were the only salesperson. They were not selling day to day. They created a system that AI automated and seamlessly. It did not stress them one bit. $1 million achieved selling a technology solution that was priced in maybe $10, $20 per user per month, making sales of thousands of licenses, achieving $1 million, all on the back of AI and automation tools. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the way people are working in 2026. And it's important that you understand it. We're going to be sharing more insights about this at the Sales Leadership Conference. That's one of the reasons why you should never miss this. If you have an organization that is thinking, should we register, should we not register, just show them this video. Show them this video, right? So, and there are multiples of those tools that will be showing you and giving you some insights about them, right? Data intelligence, lead generation, buyer signal tools, competition intelligence tools. Ladies and gentlemen, all right. Somebody say talk about it. If I talk about it, what will I now come and talk about as I sales leadership conference? That's the reason you have to come there. You have to come there. All right. I'm already doing a lot, sharing all of this information with you for free. 5 things that you need. If you are not using those 5 things, you are struggling, irrespective of what result you are getting. Right now, in 6 months, you'll be demystified. Do you get me? I need you to get me. In 6 months, irrespective of how well the organization is doing right now, you're sitting on a time bomb. It's what I said at the beginning. Selling is changing so dramatically. Is the only thing that I know that's changed this much in the last 1 year. Selling has changed so much. Even me, that I'm in sales consulting, I'm saying, do I know this thing? Lastly, aside from the systems and the tools and the enablement and the strategy, you need a strong performance culture. I would like us to say that together. Say, you need a strong performance culture.
You need
Can we say
a
it together?
strong
1, 2, 3, go.
You need a
Culture.
You
strong
need a strong performance
You
culture.
need a strong
No,
performance.
you're not saying it like salespeople. Say you need a strong performance culture. 1, 2, 3, go.
You need a
You need a
strong
strong
performance culture.
You need a strong performance culture. And I can tell you that performance culture is lacking in Nigeria. That's my conclusion in the last few months. There's no place where you need systems more than in Nigeria. Because Nigerians prefer to spend selling time doing Facebook and TikTok than actually selling. Nigerians are not naturally, Nigerians are hardworking people. They are hardworking people, but they are not people who work hard when there are no consequences or when there are no personal benefits. Once you take those two things out, Nigerians don't work hard for working hard's sake. That's why we're less altruistic. I'm sorry, I'm being honest the way I see it. We are less altruistic. So the average Nigerian, which is not a good thing, anyways. If you employ them, they don't have the average Nigerian. I'm not saying everybody is like that. They don't have the sense of, this is the job. Let's do it. Let's put in it. I mean, dignity in labor, the way the woman sees his job and is religious about it. No, not in Nigeria. The average Nigerian does that for his own personal business. When there is a personal gain, the average Nigerian does that for his own personal business, which is not right. Right? So you need a strong performance culture, and you're going to need to hire right. You're going to need to find the right people. You're going to need to onboard right. You're going to need to help people develop the right capabilities and create the right reward systems. These 5 things are some of the things we will be sharing at the session on building a strong performance culture. We'll be talking about these things and how you can. You see, it's the reason why I said it's important that you attend Sales Leadership Conference. Because if you are not attending Sales Leadership Conference, I'm sorry, you're losing a lot in sales. So I'll pause at this point because we have 2 eminent personalities who have joined us, and 2 of them are going to be providing additional insight into what I have provided. Like I said earlier, joining us is Mr. Tayo Olatunji. You can spotlight his video also. Mr. Tayo Olatunji. Mr. Tayo Olatunji has had close to 3 decades of experience. Over 3 decades of experience leading sales and now in revenue leadership. Like I said earlier, he is one person that I know that has mentored many. He is very humble, quiet, but I mean, I know him. I know the people he has mentored across retail, FMCG, pharmaceutical. And today, sits atop of the business of Nestle Water. Before that, he was responsible across West Africa for the brand that many of us grew up eating, Milo. All right, growing that brand to become the #1 brand in beverages in Nigeria. I have the honor to welcome Mr. Tayo Olatunji to this conversation.
Hi, good morning. I hope you can hear me.
Even as we take a couple of questions with him. It's just going to be a couple of minutes. And then secondly, is a gentleman that I respect his acumen, his sales acumen. Very fantastic sales leader. He has had, over a decade of experience selling technology and rising to become head of sales in a leading technology company that has businesses across Africa and in Europe and Canada. I want to welcome, please spotlight this video also, Mr. Steven Asishama. All right, Mr. Tayo Latuja, I will start with you. And the questions are very simple. I have said just before you came that there has been a lot of changes in sales and that many sales people are struggling today because of those changes. What, in your view, are the biggest challenges that salespeople generally face today that is making them underperform? Because many business owners are shouting and saying, we employ salespeople, they are not performing, they are not delivering, they are not doing. So what are the biggest challenges that salespeople are facing today?
Thank you very much, Mr. Jembola. And once again, I'm so excited to be here. And I hope you realize that this is my fourth cohort on sales leadership.
We should give you leadership title. I mean,
that's what I'm pitching already. That's what I'm pitching. I need a special recognition. All right. Good morning, everyone, and I hope you guys have been having a wonderful time. Today, this question you are asking me is a question that we have pondered, and just like you have said, in the last 1 year, you are asking yourself, do we have a sales problem, especially in this current socioeconomic reality? My answer is that we don't really have a sales problem. What we have is what I call a market reality problem. There are three pressures that I see, and these are the pressures we are going to be talking about extensively when we meet on the 1st of May in Lilygate Hotel Lekki. The first thing I see, and it became very, very pronounced in the last 16, 18 months,
sorry, Mr. David,
is the shrinking
can you mute
consumer
your
wallet.
mic? David, can you mute your mic? Sorry, can you mute your mic? So that we don't have to exit you. David Nweke, you can mute your.
Yeah. All right, so let me go ahead. So we are having what I call an affordability crisis. The inflation is going higher and higher. The inflation rate, by the way, of course, the inflation base is there, and then the rate it's been coming down some months. Then last month we saw it going up again. This is really impacting our disposable income. Every one of us, no matter what class or which socioeconomic class you belong. And of course, with high inflation comes the reduced disposable income. And because of that, you see everyone trading down. So it's a behavior that we are seeing in the markets. It's a behavior that we are seeing among the populace. So today you see consumers buy smaller pack sizes. So of course, with the sachet economy, and that is becoming even more pronounced. Products that you have never thought in your life will be in sachet. You see them now in the market. Everything now is in sachet. One portion, and everybody goes on. And then you also see people asking themselves questions, why am I still buying this brand? Why am I buying this? So people switch to cheaper alternative, and then they're also reducing their purchase frequency. Guys, you will all agree with me. Not everybody in this meeting takes breakfast every day. Not many of us eat 3 square meals any longer. And every of those decisions that you take is impacting a business somewhere. When you refuse to eat breakfast, the woman selling egg for that day is losing business. So at that level, it is not a sales problem. It's the economic reality that we're seeing. Even when you take it down to the retailers, what do you see? You see retailers that are now more cautious about their inventory. I don't want to hold this stock because I need the cash to be able to buy what I can sell. Like they say in my local palace, the thing where they move markets. I want to buy what I can sell tomorrow, get the money, then move over. So everybody at that level, they are now into the turnover business. There's throughput. How fast can you sell? So that is the number one challenge that I see. Then the second challenge, Mr. Jembola, that is closely tied to that is the explosion of low-cost competition. I don't know the low-cost competition. I don't know the industry where you operate, but you will agree with me that suddenly barrier to entry in most categories have suddenly been reduced. So if you think this was the player in that category, you wake up one day, you see 5 competing products, all of them claiming the same unique proposition that the market leader was claiming. You provide vitality. Somebody will give you 13 vitamins in one product, and they sell cheaper. So you see thousands of local brands. I give you an example. The business I manage today, it shocked me. It shocked me. I was in Kano. So Kanta, we always tell me, Tayo, you have over 5,000 brands of bottled water in Nigeria. And I said, it's not possible. They just look at me and smile. One day, I went to Kano and I did a video recording by myself of the number, the array of bottled water that I saw in the market. And I am shocked. So you see thousands of those ones, and then they now aggressively undercut the price. If you are selling at 100 naira, they will sell at 50 naira. Why? Because they have lower overheads. They don't invest in the brands the way you as a multinational or a premium brand that you invest. They also have flexible pricing, and then they take decision right there on the spot. 2 years ago, I talked about empowering the frontline salespeople, empowering them to make decisions. And it was as if I saw it. There are multinationals that for a sales manager to do a price negotiation with a customer, you need to go 3-4 steps ahead of you. But all these smaller brands, they are nimble. One person can take a decision right there on the spot and then sell the product. So we see that. The third thing, Mr. Jembola, is what we have now seen as information advantage on the part of our consumers and our customers. And then on top of that is the trust deficit. People believe a social media influencer more than they believe the brand. They believe their WhatsApp group than they believe their doctor. They believe the radio presenter, on-air personality, than they believe a professor. Do you understand? So there is that information overload. In those days, when we were on the field, we had more information than our customers. We had more information than the consumers. But today, consumers and customers, they have more information than you as a salesperson. So while you are talking, they are looking at you. They are sizing you, whether you even know what you are talking about. So they know what your competitor prices are in real time. They can do price comparison as you are talking to them. They are checking their phone. You are talking to them, they are checking their phone, and they can give you answers right there. So how do you, as a salesman, how do you manage that? What do you do about your credibility? What do you do about your transparency? What do you do about your consistency? See, Mr. Jembola, don't let me go into the details of my presentation, but I'm telling you, there's a whole lot that we can unpack when we see on Friday.
Fantastic, sir. Fantastic. How do you, in just maybe 1 or 2 minutes, how do you think that your session in particular will just give us an insight, a little bit of insight into what your session will look like?
I'm excited. I'm excited because at a point, I am seeing myself, my nearly 3 decades of experience in sales, field sales, sales management, people management, distributor management, route to market optimization, brand management, marketing management, and then overall P&L management. coming together now. I have developed a framework, which I call the halfway framework. Halfway, 7 items. HALFWAY is called the halfway framework. It is proprietary to me, by the way. And we will examine it and we'll see how we can unpack. How can I reposition myself? How can I reposition my team? How can I reposition my business in order to see, guys, of all these things I have said, you will see Nigerian breweries, 50% volume growth, 17% NNS growth. Nestle, 50% growth. Cadbury, 27% growth. And you're asking yourself, but I am finding it difficult to sell. Why? How are these people selling? So people are still buying, consumers are buying, customers are buying. It's only that they are not buying your product.
Fantastic.
So how do you unpack it? How do you get into them? I have developed this framework. It is one page, one slide that we all go through. And I'm hoping that by the time we come out of it, whether we are a sales leader, whether you're a salesman, whether you're a business leader, you come out with something that you can go back on Monday and implement with your team. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to learning myself about the halfway model, even as I unpack, some of my own frameworks also. Thank you very much. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. Secondly,
Thank you so much.
I'm going to have join us. Mr. Olatuyi has spoken from a very deep knowledge of the FMCG, the retail, the pharmaceutical, the B2C, industries. But I have on this call another gentleman, Stephen Ashishana, who is in the IT space, has sold B2B. And the question I would ask him is, from a B2B perspective, whether you are selling luxury products, B2B, real estate and all that, what are the biggest challenges that you are seeing? And how will this training of Friday from your own session help us fix them?
Okay. Sabumi, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Tayo, I'm also looking forward to your session. Okay. Two challenges I see, and I am going. So two challenges I've seen, and I'm looking forward to break it.
Mr. Tayo, you are still unmuted. Mr. Tayo, you are still unmuted.
Okay, so two challenges I've seen, and I'm going to break down on Friday. The first one is KYC. Now, KYC seems like a general term, but in the enterprise space, it is not a general term. So, how do you even know your customer? What do you even know about them? What are the buying circles? What's each stakeholder's influence? In the enterprise space, we rarely have single decision makers, and there's a whole lot of politics in it. How do you navigate all of this? That's one. The next one is a lot of salespeople are still selling features. You don't need you can't sell features in the future. You cannot sell features in the future. The hard truth about this is
you cannot sell features in the future.
You cannot sell features in the future. You cannot. The hard truth about this is executives, top management, they don't think about your product. They don't even care about your products. They do not really. What they are thinking about, if you open their head, are thinking about their problems. They're thinking about their numbers. They're thinking about their career. They're thinking about their boards. So if you think you come and say, "Oh, my product does X, Y, Z," you are really, really going to miss it. You're already out of the game before the conversation even started. And that's a lot of that's the reality check. A lot of deals are not lost because your offering, your solution is weak. They are lost because the stories are weak. The stories to execs, to top management. Weak stories don't win executive decisions, and that is what we'll be looking at unpacking on Friday. I'm really excited about it, and I would say on Friday, when we're talking about KYC, we're talking about how to map out power structure in each organization, how to even align with internal politics, how to say, oh, who is your champion in this organization, and how do you mobilize them? Those are deep conversations that you can't have anywhere. You cannot have them anywhere. Then, with respect to having executive conversations, we will design frameworks, layer shift conversations, and new executive stories that would go back with when it comes to driving enterprise business. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen and Shishana. It's looking exciting already. Someone says Friday is going to be exciting. Yes, it will be. It's going to be super exciting. And I'm very, very excited already on behalf of all the participants. All right. So what's next as we round up? I'm inviting you to be a part of this training on Friday, if you are not already a part of it. Is this the kind of training that you should miss? I don't think so. I think that if you have complained so much about poor performance of your team for the last couple of months, it's time to do something about it. If you have complained that you have not been meeting up to target for several months, it's time to do something about it. It's time to invest in your growth. It's time to take a bet on yourself. All right? Many people have budget for recharge card, they have budget for fuel, they have budget for travel, even budget for family and friends, budget for UK and big auntie, doing big auntie. But they don't have budget for growth. Budget for growth. The only place where growth comes from is learning and development, right? So, if you would like to take a bet on yourself and want you to be a part of this, you can take this opportunity. Now, this opportunity expired yesterday. It expired yesterday. If you see right on my screen, you will see that yesterday was the last day. April 25 was the last day for the 10% discounted pay. In fact, as of this morning, we started selling gold tickets, normal price at 260,000. And ruby tickets, normal price at 205,000. But for the people who are on this call, and as a token of my love for you to achieve 500% growth this year, and that love is so profound, I want you to achieve it. I am asking you to do something. I'm doing something for you that has already expired at a 10% discount, which expired yesterday. I'm giving you the Ruby ticket to pay 185,000 instead of 205,000. If you pay today and tomorrow, if you pay today and tomorrow, 185,000 if you pay today and tomorrow. And for the gold ticket, no, for the gold ticket is the more expensive one. Please, I mean, the Ruby ticket is the more expensive one. For the Ruby ticket, you are paying 230,000 instead of 260,000, saving a whopping 30,000 differential. Meanwhile, on the Ruby, you are saving a whopping 30,000 also. Ladies and gentlemen, 20,000. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to take advantage of this unusual opportunity, you will see the account details below. And you will see the link below. All right? The link is being dropped. If you look at it, www.salesruby.com/SL2026-pay. That's the link to pay. And my team will share it just shortly. If you want to have a conversation, maybe you have multiple persons you want to register, you can also reach out via the numbers that will be shared, the link to pay, and the account details to pay. Please note, from next tomorrow, if you are not in this meeting, from next tomorrow, what it means is that what you will pay is the new current amount. You see the link has been shared. The link is www.salesruby.com/SLC2026-pay. All right. Ensure to, I am seeing if I can type the clickable version. Okay. Once you click it, it takes you to the payment page. Good. And those are the account details to make payments. All right. Because of our time, ladies and gentlemen, so I think the links are now active. Yes, the links are now active. Because of our time, we will be pausing at this point. It is already 11:10. I promise to stop at exactly 11 o'clock. We'll be pausing at this point, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a very transformative experience for your team. I invite you to be a part of it if you have not already paid for your team. There are people who are on this call who have paid for 4, who have paid for 5, who are on this call. If you're in finance, if you're in technology, you're in real estate, you can make a commitment of, someone says, can I pay part now? Yeah, you can. You can pay part now. You can make a commitment now, and if you make a commitment of 100,000 or less, you will have the opportunity to pay the balance between now and Friday. Of course, we will then enroll you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an exciting time on this call. For those of you who have paid, I look forward to seeing you on Friday. For those of you who have not, I don't know what you will be doing if you are not in that hall on Friday. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. See you. Love you. Always. Cheers.
exactly how to. Sales has changed. Your customers have changed. The question is, have you? I will be speaking at the Sales Leadership Conference 2026. And in my session, I will be showing you exactly how to win with today's customers. Because these customers, they are more informed, they are more selective, they are more value driven than ever, and the old way of selling is no longer enough. I will be sharing with you the practical framework that I have developed. It is called the halfway model to help you align with your customers, reduce tension, and build more trust and credibility with your customer. It's also going to help you drive growth. This is not going to be theory, it is going to be practical. If you want winning with value, this session is specially for you. I am Olutayo Olatunji, the Business Executive Officer for Nestle Waters and Premium Beverages. With close to 3 decades in West African countries, I would like to see you there. Thank you.
This hard. There's no time where selling has been this hard. Those who learn how to do it differently will stay ahead of the curve, and ultimately they will win.
So seeing that, the behavior of buyers are changing, and how are you changing as a sales professional along with these buyers can really, really help.
Sales is not a one-way direction. As much as you have to talk, you also have to listen actively.
Today we've been able to practicalize different objections of time, need, price, and every other thing.
Review of the entire sales process, how we go about cold calling, understanding the various differences, the life cycle around it.
To trying to qualify your customers, to be sure that they are the right fits for your businesses. You should also qualify your businesses and your products to ensure that those customers are also the right fits for your solution.
Firstly, I would like to mention the value-based selling approach, and this is very, very key for every technology sales consultant. This is what you want to go to market with, to engage your customer and to understand your buyer's journey.